Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is a new year and I'm back in my chair and I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling pretty good overall. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good. Thank y'all for tuning in this afternoon. It is Monday, January 3rd, and it is a glorious day here in the city of Angels. I'm so glad that so many of you have returned back to the Tyesse report. Now, listen, there have been some changes. There have been some changes, and I will be discussing those changes on my live a little later on my personal live, so you'll know what's going on. Okay, but I'm glad to see those here, even with the last minute changes. Kenneth and RJ Couture, Gail, Bryant, Darius. So thank y'all. So if you're watching this live and you have the ability to go ahead and share this, because there are going to be a lot of people that don't know what's going on, that are scrambling. So we do need to make sure that the Thai squad knows what's going on as far as our new changes here with our streaming. So I'm going to be live. Like I said, I'm going to be live and discussing some things on, just some of the changes and what we're going to be doing moving forward. Okay, so make sure you share the live and make sure you share the live with our key Thai squad members, because we don't want them to be left out. So good to see you, Terrence Maloney. Good afternoon, everybody. Listen, I'm going to wait a few more moments. Remember, we're live on Pyro Media right now. So, okay. So we're live on Pyro Media, so we don't have to wait as long as we normally do. Okay. So listen, change happens and things happen, and you have to just be prepared for it all. Let me get my camera angles together here, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay. Okay. I'll wait a few more moments. While y'all share, if you can, share the live. I'm trying to see if someone could share the live to my Facebook page. Would that work? Would that help? Somebody can share the live to my Facebook page. However, I have it set up where I have to approve it. Okay, so I have to change that around as well. Okay. Because I have it where you can share to my page, but I have to approve it before it goes on my wall. Okay, so we got a lot to work out. Okay, RJ Couture shared a video. Does RJ Couture know we're here? Okay, let me see what he shared. Did he share? Okay, this is a lot going on for a Monday, but it's all right. It's all good. Okay, so can your YouTube following see this? No, they can't, but it's okay. I'll discuss all of that. I'll discuss it. Candace just shared a link to my timeline. It's okay. We're going to discuss all of that on my next live. Okay. I shared it. I'm here. Oh, that was RJ Couture. Okay. So listen, everybody, let's rock and roll, because we don't have time to be going through all of these semantics right now. I'm going to go ahead and knock the news out. Listen, first thing we have to discuss is I have 880 subscribers, and I'm dedicating this show to my brother DeMario King James. Sorry, DeMario. I'm dedicating this show to my brother DeMario King Jives. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm dedicating this show to my brother DeMario King Jives, because he is getting me to the place where I want to be and where I need to be on YouTube. We are 800 at last count. We're 880 subscribers. Our goal is to reach that 1,000. We're going to reach the 1,000 this week. Okay. And we can go live from Facebook. Okay. I'll figure out what's going on with you, Terrence Maloney. I promise. So we're going to get to 1,000 this week, if not today. Okay. So we can go live on YouTube. Okay. So this show is dedicated to DeMario King Jives, because without him, I was at about 570 and it had flatlined. It had just plateaued at around 570, 580. And it was growing, but it was like you would get 30 followers on Friday after Friday night. Then I get another 10, on my own, for my own traction. And it just had plateaued at about 580, somewhere in there, 590. But because of his push, we're at 880 right now. And somebody can go to YouTube, and if somebody can go to my YouTube channel and see where we're at with subscribers, and let me know the hard number right now. Let me know what we're dealing with right now. Okay. Okay, so let me deal with a trending item or two, and that is we've been 22 days without Lil Nas X. 22 days without Lil Nas X. We don't know what's going on with Lil Nas X. He may be taking a break. He did test positive for coronavirus. We don't know what's going on, but we're praying for Lil Nas X. It's day 22. No Lil Nas X on Twitter. So listen, y'all, put up one for Lil Nas X, okay? Also, I don't have my comments here, my regular comments, y'all. So I'm looking here. Okay. Okay. The View was live. The View was live today, and it was kind of melancholy. Whoopi Goldberg, it was announced that she did test positive for COVID-19. Sonny had issues. Sarah's husband tested positive. Anna's mother died. It was, honey, I had to turn, mother's doing better with her anxiety, but mother had to turn it off. Because listen, I woke up this morning, y'all, stuffy, with a little tinkle in the back of my throat, with a little sinus pressure. So, mother already woke up this morning like, oh my God, here we go. So, and then I turned on The View. I said, I can't go back down this anxiety road right now. I had to turn The View off. I listened to the doctor. I did listen to the doctor, and then I turned it off. 882 subscribers. Okay, we need 118, y'all. We're going to do this week. I promise you. Thank you, Terrence Maloney. 118, honey. That's the magic number, 118. Sean, it was too much. It was too much. And, Whoopi's going to be out at least a week more. Joy is a horrible moderator. She's a great co-host. She's just not, moderating is not her anointing. It's not her calling. So, it was a bit much this morning. And of course, hearing about Anna and hearing about Sonny and Sarah, it was a lot going on this morning. So we're praying for the ladies of The View. But the Dr. Murphy, the Surgeon General, or whoever he is, the main man up there in Washington, he has these talking points, and they don't change really much, y'all. They just don't change. So Dr. Murphy was on, and the story came out today that there is going to be an end game to coronavirus. Eventually, there will be an end game to this, and the way they described it is like, one day it will go away, but it was kind of like ambiguous, like we're going to have to live with this. We've already been living with coronavirus. Coronavirus is not new. These strains of coronavirus is new. It was very informative, but I want him just to get raw and real one time, Sean. And I know he can't go, full Tyesse Jackson, but it just always seems like he has cue cards and he reads from them every time. Okay, so what was I saying? I got thrown off. Well, they were saying the end game will happen, but it seems like what they were saying was we're going to have to learn to live with this like a seasonal flu or cold, but there will come a day where we're not up against the gun and out here, having to wear a mask all the time, When would that be? Do y'all have some type of approximate date? Okay. So there's a documentary that I want you guys to watch. I want you to check it out, and it's called The Slow Hustle. It's available on not YouTube, Tyesse. It's available on Hulu and HBO Max. I need you to check it out. It's called The Slow Hustle. Write it down. It's on HBO Max and it's on Hulu, okay? There was a cop that was set to testify, a Baltimore cop that was set to testify against a rogue band of cops. and then he turns up dead, and now they're trying to label it a suicide. It is a fascinating watch. So please check that out at your leisure. The Slow Hustle. That is something I want you to put on your radar. Okay, listen. Let's go ahead and start this docket. I formatted my show differently now. We just run straight through it. We're going to talk about the topics of the day. We're not going to labor long and pontificate. We're going to hit it and quit it. We have a couple of things that are still the same. Our person of the day and our word for the day. But it's just straight through. Hit the topics. Let's rock and roll. And the first topic is Antonio Brown of the Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay. Now, yesterday I said something, and I have to let me clarify something, because as a mental health advocate and somebody that suffers from anxiety, my tone was a little off yesterday when I think Danny Marie had said something in the comments, and then I said something to the effect of people keep using mental health as an excuse. So after researching and figuring out what's going on with Antonio Brown of the Tampa Bay Bucks, I can truly say that, there may be something going on with our brother. And I think this conversation is going to open up a lot with regards to mental health, okay? Mental health. Even if Antonio is not diagnosed with anything, there are all kinds of things outside of mental health, stressors that cause people to act a certain way. You don't have to be diagnosed with something to have some emotional issues going on. There is stress. There are all kind of other mitigating factors outside of mental health as well that Black people go through, such as trauma, CTE, and so many other things. So we're going to be keeping Antonio Brown in prayer. And, it just seems like the NFL, it does seem like, even though they're paid millions of dollars, it just seems like they're just, expendable. Like Colin Kaepernick, very expendable. Once we're done with you, we throw you to the wolves. You're out of here. From Aaron Hernandez to Colin Kaepernick, Aaron Hernandez. Well, wait a minute, Tyesse. Aaron Hernandez was a whole another, can of worms. But there's some things that they could have saw earlier and nipped that in the bud before he got out of control. That's my point. Okay, so we're going to be mindful moving forward to anybody dealing with those issues that it is a paramount concern. When you see something, say something. Roland Martin is out here, Roland Martin was very reckless with his comments on Antonio Brown. And when I saw his comment, that made me come on today and clarify my comments, okay? Because Roland Martin, he can be a bit much, okay? Okay, so our number 2 story is Florida. Florida is on fire. It is on fire, on fire, on fire. And we can say that we have had a sighting of Governor DeSantis, aka Governor Kevorkian. Okay, we can say that. Listen, Marco Rubio, who I hope is squarely beaten. Beat is a word. He's beat is not a word. Squarely beaten in the next senatorial race. I hope that he's out of there. He tweets that, the new Omicron variant, basically, it's nothing more than a cough. What's the big deal? Everybody's just, their common complaint is a sore throat. Why are we going crazy over a sore throat? This is what you're dealing with your representatives in Congress. The Satan, exactly. So here's the deal. Florida, honey, you're in trouble. I hate to say it like Whoopi Goldberg, but Florida, you're in trouble, girl, because you have a systematic failure all around. Now, they say Governor DeSantis was taking care of his ailing wife. She's, allegedly has, well, not allegedly, Tyesse, she has breast cancer. So he's been taking care of her. That's why he was missing. So they say. Okay. So what we're going to do, y'all, we're going to continue to follow the stories and the news across the country so that we're up to date on everything that goes on with coronavirus and all of its variants, okay? But we can talk about this ad nauseum. Rubio has to go. Little Marco, as Tangerine called him. Okay, so our number three story is Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is going to debut with the Pacers. Okay, he's going to be debuting with the Pacers. Now, from what I understand, he cannot play home games, but he can play on the road. Okay, so he can't bring that strain to Brooklyn or New York, but he can spread it all around the country. Oh, okay, gotcha. So, he missed 35 games, you guys, this season. He missed 35 games, and he's going to debut Wednesday against the Pacers. So, listen, he's back in action. Now, listen, don't get it twisted. He's still not vaccinated, He's still not vaccinated, but evidently mother's about to go back on the court on the road, okay? That's our number three story. Now, our number four story is Megan Thee Stallion. International superstar Megan Thee Stallion has deleted all of the photos from Party Fountain. What does that mean? Where are we going with this, Megan? Listen, y'all, when I saw the story, people got to understand, these celebrities, honey, they're not like gods. They have breakups. People are like, oh my God, Megan is breaking up. She deleted. Yeah, it happens. She may just be moving on with her life. She may just be needing a break from him. We don't know. But look, it appears to be over. I'm just saying. Okay. So Megan is deleting all of the photos from her kabuki trade. Okay. Now listen, our final story that's on our docket today. Halle Berry, Sister Berry, overall Mother Berry. Okay. We ain't seen her much lately. We've seen her in the Netflix movie Bruise. But before that, we hadn't seen Halle in much. Okay. Well, she did a photograph where she was at an altar, an outdoor altar with her boyfriend Van Hunt, singer Van Hunt. So now she says that, oh no, it was just I don't know why she does this. Like, girl, why do you do this, Halle? She basically was at the altar, pretending like she was getting married, and now she said, oh, we were just standing there. It was nothing. You remember at the Academy Awards one time, she put her hand on her stomach, and then everybody thought she was pregnant, and then she said, oh, I'm just playing. There's something a little off with her, Y'all have never caught it, but Mama's she's a little special, Halle Berry. But you should have put that energy into Catwoman, Halle. Our person of the day. Let's do our person of the day. And our person of the day is Keanu Reeves. We found out over the holidays that Keanu Reeves donated 70% of his salary from the Matrix, not the new Matrix, but the original Matrix. 70% of his salary, equaling $31 million, by the way, to cancer research. His sister had cancer, and he donated a lot of money to cancer research. So Keanu Reeves is our person of the day. That is fascinating. My mother died from breast cancer, so it is something near and dear to my heart. Cancer research and, the Susan G. Komen Foundation and so many others, the American Cancer Society. It's a lot of research that needs to be done in cancer. So shout out to Keanu Reeves. It's time for the word for the day, y'all. It's time for the word for the day. First, let me give you an update because a lot of people know that I suffered from anxiety the fall and winter of 2021. And I want to give you an update. I'm doing better. I'm doing a lot better. That doesn't mean that there are no issues, and I still don't have seasonal or occasional issues. But I'm doing a lot better than I was. Trust me. But what I'm learning, you guys, and I want to talk about anxiety, and then I'll go for the word for the day. What I'm learning is that you have to process stress differently. You got to process stress differently, because if you don't, you'll wind up in a situation where it can spiral out of control. Anxiety, depression, all of that stuff spirals out of control. Like I told you this morning, I woke up congested this morning. Pressure right in here, just, sinusitis, all of that. Woke up with that this morning. And then I had a little tickle in the back of my throat. And normally that would have sent me into a panic attack because the first thing you think is coronavirus. Okay, but why not sinus? Why not allergies, Tyesse? Why does it have to be? Why do we go to the worst? That's what anxiety does. It creates. There's a thought that's created. Anxiety picks it up and runs with it. So this morning, when that happened, I processed that and kept on pushing on. This morning with the everything, the changes with the live and what's going on, and scrambling at the last minute to try to let people know what was going on, that normally would have sent me into a panic attack or anxiety or induced a lot of different feelings. Okay, what can you do about it, Tyesse? You can't do nothing about it. Go live, sort it all out later. You can't. It happening in real time. That doesn't change anything that you can't change. You can't change it. So process it, move on. Okay. So I just want to give you guys an update on that and also my docket and my timing. I'm not coming on in 2021 or 2022, excuse me, coming on worrying about how many minutes I gave. If it's a 15-minute show, it's a 15-minute show. If it's a 30-minute show, it's a 30-minute show. Bloggers and content creators sometimes overthink. They come and they knock it out the park, but they still think they've done, did I do enough? Did I give enough stories? No. Leave it all on the field when you close the live out, And that's how you should approach life. You really should. Give it your best. Do what you need to do and leave it there and walk away. When you leave your job, leave all of that at your job. When you leave school, leave it at school. When you leave a relationship, leave it all where it was. So my word for the day, y'all, is very, very simple. And I'm not going to labor long with it. And that is, we have to be mindful. We have to be mindful when we come out of something. When we come out of something, because I've been through a lot this last 4 to 5 months. I've been through a lot. When you come out of something, what was the lesson learned? There's a song by LSG that I was listening to the other night. It was called Lessons Learned. And that was kind of the brainchild for today's. I knew that was going to be my word for the day. What was the lesson learned? Because Iyanla says in the Course of Miracles, all things are lessons that God would have us learn. It's one thing to get a good handle on your anxiety and you're able to function. That's one thing. Okay, you got your anxiety under control, it's manageable. Okay, you survived COVID, you survived cancer, you survived an abusive relationship, you survived the worst life has offered you. But did you take anything away from it? You have so many people out there, y'all, I've seen it, that have survived some of the worst life can offer. And then you ask them, you say, well, what can you give me? I don't know, honey. I just went through it. So you went through all of that and you don't have nothing to share with nobody? Y'all know people like that. You're like, girl, you was in foster care. Your daddy raped you. Your mama was a crackhead. You went through this. You survived breast cancer, and you went around here talking about, well, hey, look, it is what it is. All things are lessons that God would have us learn, but you got to be able to sit and think and take time out to understand the lesson. If you're just constantly going, if you're just constantly moving and shaking, no, you're not going to figure out the lesson in it. The lesson in my anxiety, I believe, was for me to be able to slow down and process what I'm going through. The death of my best friend, so many other things. Stop, process it, sit with it. Don't stay with it long, but sit with it. All things are lessons that God would have us learn. So please, to everybody that's going to watch this video, listen. It didn't happen just by happenstance. It happened to make you a better person. It happened to let you know that not only are you a survivor, but you're more than a conqueror. Okay? So take the lesson, learn, live, and thrive. I know that sounds like pose, but learn, live, and thrive. Okay? That's the word for today. Have you learned your lesson? Are you going to be in detention? Listen, I love y'all, and I thank y'all for tuning in to this first Tyesse Report of 2022. I love you. I'm going to be on immediately following this right now on my Facebook page. So be sure to tune in in about 2 to 3 minutes following this. I will be live on my Facebook page. I love you. I love you. And I thank you for tuning in. Have a phenomenal day. And I'll see you this Wednesday right here at the same time on Pyro Media. Have a great day. Bye.
What's up, Ty Squad? Thank you guys for watching today's episode of the Tyesse Report. This episode is brought to you by Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a Black-owned business focused on providing a safe space for creators and entrepreneurs. We have helped companies, businesses, and brands navigate the biggest communication shift in over 500 years, social media and the internet. If you or someone you know would like to have your brand or business go to the next level, please visit www.pyromedianetwork.com. Please don't forget to follow Tyesse on IG at _Tyesse_report and like on Facebook at facebook.com/theofficialTyesse report. And if you're enjoying the Tyesse Report, please consider watching Tyesse After Dark, airing every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Tyesse Report, Tyesse After Dark, and the Tyesse Jackson brand wouldn't be here without your support. To continue to show your support, please feel free to donate via Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal. The information is below. Alright, Ty Squad, see you on the next.